Hey, you guys, Coach Liz here. All right, you've all heard the saying that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And I love that because as a mom of six kids, I've become really good at just planning ahead. It's something that I teach my kids before we leave the house to do a body check. Am I thirsty or hungry? Do I need to eat right now or at least take something with me to plan ahead for while I'm gone so I don't have to go through a drive-through? Am I dressed appropriately to be cool enough or warm enough? How do I need to use the restroom? Do I have shoes on appropriate for the activity that I am going to? So those are some things that you can just ask yourself before you leave the house. But what about like before you go on a vacation or planning ahead for the week or the month or the quarter? It only takes a few minutes just to plan ahead. So I want to share something that really helps our weeks run more smoothly, and that is meal planning. So I love to meal plan, just thinking about what we have going on. So I'll grab a pen and paper, grab my calendar, and it just takes about 10 minutes. Look at your schedule. What do you have going on that week? Do you have some nights that are busier that you need to maybe cook ahead for? Or maybe those are days that you're eating out, or a lot of times I feed my kids right when they get home from school because often we have practices right after school and then they don't even get home until bedtime. And so to be able to do that and eat right when they get home instead of an after school snack, we do a full dinner right when they get home. And then when we get home that night, then it might just be a small snack before bed. So a lot of times we actually do that and that works well. So as far as meal planning for the week, once I know kind of what our schedule looks like, then this is what I do. I just go to my fridge, go to my freezer, go to my cupboards, and make a list of things that I already have. Shop your house first. It saves a lot of money and it makes it so simple. What meats do I have already? What vegetables do I need to use up? So if I can kind of just pair a meat and a vegetable together, then it makes it really simple. Sometimes I might need something like some more lettuce or, something from the store, but I don't need a whole list of ingredients. So that really saves time and money just to shop your house first. And as you get used to doing that, you end up just buying things that you know you're going to use anyways. Meats that you use, vegetables that your family likes. So you always have those kind of things on hand to make dinners more simple. I also like to incorporate meal planning with my family, with my children. I ask, what do you want to eat this week? And kids, they all have their favorites. I want breakfast for dinner. I want tacos, pizza, spaghetti, mac and cheese, whatever it is. You can find some way to make it healthier. So, for example, if one of my kids say they want breakfast for dinner, yeah, I could make some pancakes or French toast, but I could also make some omelets or eggs, or turkey sausage or something on the side. And it makes it so I don't have to cook myself a separate healthy dinner, and watch my kids over there eating unhealthy. It gets our whole family eating healthier. They're learning that you can eat anything that you want in moderation. They could have mac and cheese as a side if they wanted, along with chicken and broccoli. So the more you're adding in lean and green vegetables and proteins every night, the more normal that gets for your family. That's more likely that they will continue to eat that way once they leave your house. If they see that every night we always have a meat and a vegetable, and there's healthy options to eat my favorite things, that I can eat my favorite things in moderation. It doesn't have to be the whole meal. So taco night, taco salads are easy. Hamburger night, you can wrap a hamburger in lettuce, or I love a hamburger salad that I just put everything that I put on a hamburger right on a salad. Spaghetti night, I love spaghetti sauce over zucchini noodles, spaghetti squash, cauliflower. It's it's so good. Even my kids like that now. So the more they see it and they try it, then the more normal it seems to them. So it makes it really simple. Pizza night. There's so many great cauliflower pizza recipes out there. There's just so many things that you can do with what they already like. You don't even have to change what they already are used to. Just kind of swap a few things to make it a little bit healthier. And so that's one thing that I love. So I want you to really pay attention to all of the resources out there. There's so many resources out there to help you make healthy choices. If you're dining out, if you're going to eat out, search Optavia Dining Out Guide. It has like every chain restaurant and healthy options at all the restaurants that you could eat at. What about if you've asked ChatGPT for a healthy meal plan? Tell them exactly what you want to eat or what you have. Or pull up one of these great apps like Pinterest and type in lean and green recipes. Get a few things off of there. I love the Optavia app. There's a whole section of lean and green meals. You can customize it depending on what your goals are. If you just want lean and green, if you're doing an aggressive weight loss phase and you just want lean and green recipes, there's so many great ones there. Or incorporating fruits and grains and things, there's lots of great healthy recipes for that. You can customize how many servings you want. You can filter it by ingredients that you have. That's a great app also. So let me know if you don't have access to that. I can help you with that. But sometimes as you're looking through all of these great recipes, it might get overwhelming. I can tell you I have so many recipes saved from Instagram Reels that I've never made. So what if you just had once a week, you had a goal once a week that you tried a new meal, tried a new recipe, and the rest of the night, just make it simple, what you already know that you like. And then planning ahead the night before or even for later in the week. If you're cooking some ground beef, for example, or chopping some vegetables, go ahead and look at your meal plan. Are you going to need some ground beef later in the week that you could cook a little extra or season some of it with taco seasonings for the next night for tacos? Or if you know that you need some salad made for the next night or some onions cut up and you're already cutting vegetables, you already have your knife and your cutting board, what if you just cut a few extra vegetables and had it ready for the next night? It makes it so simple. Or if I have some time in the morning, I will look at what I'm making that night and just throw it in the crock pot or meal prep it ready to go in the oven for that night. So using kind of those bits of time that you have to plan ahead so that things run smoother in the evening is very helpful. Or what does your schedule look like? It might mean that you want to make an extra few servings of this dish to put in the freezer or to have leftovers during the week. Or if you need meat taken out of the freezer, look the night before what you're having so that you know what you can do right then to make the next day run smoother. So as we get used to just being more mindful and aware and planning ahead for not just for the minute, but for the day, for the week, for the month, for the quarter, kind of just looking into the future of what can make your life a little bit more easier. I promise you those healthy choices will become more second nature because they have become simplified. So my challenge for you this week is I want you to meal plan this week, even if it's just a couple days. It doesn't have to be the whole 7 days, but look at your schedule and plan a couple things that you can make to make your life more simple. Shop your pantry, shop your freezer, and just work on making that just part of what you do every week. And I promise you, you're going to eat better, your family's going to eat better, and you're going to get the results that you want from doing that. All right, have a great week.